Liu Kang, the fire god himself. We got a glimpse of him pretty much the entire time through story mode. And when we finally got to play as him in front of the Statue of Time, I felt that he had one of the best movement options, some of the most fun move list, and he was on my radar for perhaps a main character and a very strong character. So a lot of people were playing him during the network test betas, and I thought that he looked really cool. He had a lot of fierce striking kicks. So let's go over his move list. His walk, he's another one of those guys that almost seems to have, it's the illusion of a slow walk speed, but it travels a great distance. And he seems to just be very responsive. You can kind of go into block. I like this idea of canceling block into things. Or canceling into things from block, canceling dashes. So you could probably position him extremely well. Let's see his moves. 1-2-1. That's kind of an odd. That's a bit of an odd string. 1-2-1. His forward dash is good. It's kind of like short. His back dash is really stupid looking. It's like he's dancing to a Bugs Bunny cartoon. 1-2-1. It's actually hard to see on the stage because, I mean, my hands are on fire and the sunlight's coming through the beams. I actually can't see what the hell these white words mean. So stand one. Whoa, 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 wow, 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 wee wow. Stand one, 6 frames? What? Do my eyes deceive me? Stand one? Now, is it really 6 or is it really 7? But regardless, stand one, 6 frames. Stand one, 2, 8 frames, and it's at neutral. So his stand one starts in 6 frames and is +3. Oh boy. Stand 1-2, stand 1-2-1. It's another mid, -6. We gotta see if he's got an armor move. Gotta see if he's got an armor move. Maybe he doesn't. Has invincibility. What does that mean? Cancel on hit into jump. Has invincibility. That's not armor. Down back 4 enhanced. Down back 4 enhanced. Doesn't just have armor, it has invincibility. So let's see if we can use this. 1-2-1. 1-2-1. I tried it. It didn't work. Reversal. Huh. Weird. So that doesn't really work as an armor move. But I can still get it through. There's still a gap in the string because I can get through it and initiate something and start something. And it says reversal, like I'm performing a special move out of block stun. So 1-2-1 has a gap, but Liu Kang does not have an armor move to test it. He just has an invincible move that's not invincible. Weird. That can get hit by a normal. Godlike. Forward 1-4. A high. That is a weird high-low. A weird high. That's his 7-frame high. Kind of looks back. He kind of points to the menu. That one. I'll have that one. Chopsticks, please. That one. And then he goes forward 1-4. It's a low. -13. I kind of want to test this shit too. Flawless block. Usually when you get a flawless block, it's because I don't think I can start it. I don't think I can even start it. Alright, so that's a legit string. Forward 1-4. A low string. That's actually the good kind of low where they can duck the high, but then you still check them with the low. That's almost a little bit better than like a high mid where they can just kind of low profile you under it. Because it's like them trying to do... What am I doing here? Them trying to do something like forward 1-4. And you're like, well, I'll kind of duck and do this low. Like at the very least, there's an option where they can maybe trade with you or something. They can maybe interrupt you. A down 1, low knock. 7, 70 knock. -9. His down 1's -9. That makes it extremely punishable by a number of things. -9 rather than -8. That means all of a sudden a lot of people can get down 3s off you. I don't know if anybody can get a down 4. Down 1. Punished with his own down 1. I will say that it's very far range. Oh, maybe that's why. His down 1 is very far range. That's why it's -9. Look at how far range that is. So -9. The fact that he's crouching is going to make it tough for people to punish, but you could probably get. I mean, he himself could get a down 3 because it's 8 frames. So you see people checking with you with a down 1. Can I get it, please? Man, punishing stuff is tough. Because it's not just I want to poke afterwards or buff or something. It's like I literally need to punish on time. You got to be fucking semi-frame perfect just to qualify it as a punish. I don't know why that's so necessary. Yeah, it's like coming out of a down 1 or a down 3 animation is lickety-split. But when Kenshi has to do some safe overhead that's only -6, you're locked in 41 frames of animation where it's like, look, I know he's not punchable, but could you please just let me buffer my retaliation string? So, like, there's all these 3-hitting mid-strings that are putting you through an hour's worth of animation frames. But then, off, like, a down 1 or a down 3 that they're going to be hitting all the time, that is punishable, technically, by only a crouching low hit. And it's like, you better be frame perfect to earn the punish on this down 3. What a bunch of cocksuckers, dude. At NetherRealm. Down 1, so his down 1 is relatively slow and slow to recover, but I'll take it for his fast stand 1. That's interesting. So all of these characters that have these -6 moves, but now wait a minute. All these characters have a bunch of moves that are -6. I don't know if Liu Kang's stand 1 will punish them. Like Reptile. Reptile's got a ton of moves. Almost all his moves are -6. So if this is active on frame 6 or is active on frame 7, we don't know. It's nebulous, but there's definitely plenty of characters that have moves that are -7. And if that's to be believed, then that means Liu Kang gets a stand 1 punish on them. So that's very interesting. 1-2-1. What the? He's a martial artist in a film store. So 2-2-1. High mid. What's the initial high? It's 10 frames, as opposed to 9 typically, but it's safe on block, plus on block. 2-2. Double mid, +3. Alright, for the double mid, I like that. 2-2-1. What is that? Is that another mid, -4? 2-2-1, it's another mid. Boy, that blasts them far. Let's see. 2-2-1. And that's the move? Yeah. Can't seem to start it up. Flawless block. Alright, we'll say it's a true string. He doesn't have a real arm move to test, but that down back 2, it should at least with the invincibility. Oh my god. It should at least with the invincibility get through it. Flawless block. I think it's a true string. 2-2-1. I like the fact that he doesn't have a lot of command normal strings. I tend to not like the forward string. Forward 1-2. I tend to not like that type of thing. Dash, dash forward 2 and then stand 1 and then stand 2. So another thing about Liu Kang is not only does he's got like short movement, but swift movement. He's speedy and swift. And so that's kind of how his normals feel too. And his little hop, skip, and a jump dash. I like this guy. He seems good. Unique and good. His stand 1 is inordinately fast. So like his stand 1 is fast, but his down 1's slower. And then his stand 2 is kind of slower. His down 3's fast. So he's got like, some moves are a frame quicker than normal. Look at 8 frame. An 8 frame down 3, so maybe you can punish a down 1. Can you punish a down 1? Well, his down 1 recovers in 9 frames. So we already tested that. Yeah, but coming out of it. Good luck coming out of it in this game. So he has moves that are like slightly faster than the typical frame data universally on other moves. But then, you know, his down 1 recovers in 9 frames. His stand 2 is 10 frames. But his stand 1 is down 3 or faster. So you're gonna find unique ways to punish with Liu Kang that would be impossible for any other character. So if you're a Liu Kang player, like I'm saying, you know, you go to Reptile and he's got some move that's -7, you're going, damn, the fastest move anyone has is a down 1. That's about 8 frames. You know, at the very least, let's say something needs to be -8 to be punishable with a down 1, correct? And so if you're stand 1, same thing with stand 1, right? Oh no, it's -7, I can't punish it. Well, all of a sudden Liu Kang can punish it. All these moves that are -6, -7, Liu Kang can start challenging them and maybe getting a combo off them. So you're going to have to be wary about what strings you use fighting this guy. 2-2-1, it's a big mid string, and it seems very advantaged and very safe in a true block string. Back 2. What's back 2? That's a mid. 10 frames -4, back 2-3. That's a high kick. Ugh, what? That's a high kick? What is that on block? -6. Back 2-3. Oh my god! I can block it standing and still duck! No! Oh no, come on, he needs it! Back 2-3 is a high launch string. Oh boy, that can be ducked on block. So why would you ever do... Look, back 2 is 10 frames -4. Stand 2 is 10 frames +1. But back 2 is a mid. Alright, alright, alright. A 10 frame mid. What's useful about this? If bitch Melina does 2-3 overhead and she's at -3, and then she decides to be clever and do a down 1 at 7, this only gives you 10 frames. So can I punish Melina with a back 2 mid? I don't know. It is a 10 frame mid. I was saying I was happy with Reptile's 12 frame mid, so I guess I can't complain about this one. Would that be a good challenge? Against people that want to swing out of disadvantaged strings, I think a 10 frame mid is going to be fast enough to challenge them away from trying to follow up a disadvantaged string with some clever low that's supposed to interrupt your 13+ slow starting mids and duck your highs. So, alright, I like that. Back to a useful mid. He seems weird in a good way. He seems like he's unorthodox. He's very fast and tight. He's tight but fast. His moves start unusually fast, but he's not like a combo god. He is more almost like a counter hit god. He's almost like trying to get you to do the typical things, typical mindless netcode offense, and then, oh, did you know that I have a 6 frame stand 1 to punish your -7 moves? Do you know I have a 10 frame back 2 mid to challenge your standing strings because I'm not afraid of your armor and I'm not afraid of your disadvantage, you know, low poking? I don't like you. All right, so back 2-3, and also the fact that it's a mid, maybe that'll help it. Maybe that'll help this move combo better, like hitting with a mid instead of a high. Damn, almost 3 times. All right, back 2, I like it because it's just useful. And then a simple down 2, 9 frames, -4. But it pushes back pretty far. Usually they're like -2 or something. Stand 3. Here's where we get into the nitty-gritty of his moves. Stand 3. It's a big high, 12 frames -5. Usually when they have these high standing 3s, it's because they want you to use them as an anti-air. And sometimes the big vertical stand 3s act as a better anti-air than a down 2 because a standing move is going to autocorrect somebody jumping over you more so than a down 2. Down 2 might wind up whiffing if they really cross you over. So in front, his down 2 looks pretty great, and his stand 3 doesn't really seem as great. Like I just fucking made it sound. But look at that, cross under. Like cross under down 2 or cross under stand 3. He's going the wrong way. Way to make me crow Liu Kang, so then maybe it's not very good. But sometimes they can be decent, not in this case. And then also you can, like, special cancel stand 3, so... Some characters neutral stand 3. I know, Lee Mace is pretty good. So if you want, like, vertical stand 3 to act as an anti-air and a special cancel into something that can help you combo, you can test that out for yourself. Stand 3-2. Overhead. It's +2 on block. Wow, wow, wee, wow. So this is actually an extremely interesting mix-up because, like, what else did he have? What other 2-string he have? 2-2. So it's interesting that stand 3-2 would be high overhead because it kind of encourages them to start ducking. It kind of encourages them to start ducking. And then you wind up blasting them with this overhead that's going to catch their crouch, whether it's a neutral crouch under a high or it's a crouch block. That's still going to blast them hard. And it's safe. That's extremely good. This character seems like unorthodox and weird and extremely strong in very unique ways to catch the typical offense. He's like the perfect counter character. It's like he counters everyone's basic neutral strategy. His moves are faster, they hit in the proper ways. So like you see a move like this, forward 1-4, it's a high-low, and you're like, well, I could just duck the high and block the low. And that's true, but at the very least it's not like low-high, where, alright, I'll block the low and then I'll duck the high. How's that a fucking mix-up? Well, you know what I mean? Like, all these, there are tech strings that are like, it goes from medium to high. It goes from low to high. Like, why would you end in a high? That's the dumbest shit I ever heard. So Liu Kang actually has a high-low that will connect with you. You can use this if you want. I mean, you can use this if you want to just start making them used to blocking a low string if you just want to show it to them. You could 2-in-1 on whiff and show them, hey, I want to move forward and get you with this low. And then he has this like high-low string that's safe and is going to make contact. Then he has this standing mid string that's also going to annoy you. Like, why can't I duck this thing? This just, what is that, mid? And then all of a sudden he's got this overhead where you're like, you're so used to crouch blocking and you're so used to letting off block to try and get under his highs. Like, what does he have? 1-1-2, 1-2, and 2-2. He has all these inordinately fast highs that transition into mids. He's got highs that transition into lows. He's got straight up mids, and you're like, damn, when can I get in on this guy? By the time he's close enough to hit you, he has shorter range, but he's faster than everybody. He's fast to walk. He's got this terrible dash that's so funny looking, and he's just faster than you on everything. He's a little bit more punishable than ordinary, but he's faster than everything. And then all of a sudden, he's got this safe overhead out of a high. You thought you were going to duck that? Guess again. So then he has 3-3, a mid kick, -7. See, now let's look at this. Let's look at this. If he wants to do 3-3, I can punish with stand 1. So I can punish -7 moves with this fucking stand 1. You gotta be on point, though. What is his 1 string? 1-2-1. Look at that, 1-2-1 punish. Look at that, 1-2-1 punish on a -7 move. That's fucked up. That's like, really, you have no idea how much that elevates him over the rest of the cast. The only other character who could do that is Kung Lao with his back one. That's 6 frames to start. But it's like, that's insane. So many characters have moves that are -6 and -7. And you always see that and you go, oh, it's -7. Damn. Super disadvantage, but not punishable. Not even with the down 1. So we go from characters that, if they're lucky, they can do a down 1 against a -8 move. And then we get Liu Kang where if anybody's got a stand... And it's gonna be a standing string. It's gonna be a standing string. They're not gonna be able to duck. It's not like they're disadvantaged and they can duck anything that's a retaliation. This is a full punishable move where they're doing a standing string and they're at -7 and you can punish them with this high that's fast enough. That's insane. So 3-3-3 is high mid mid. and that's -5. So you'd always want to finish this. What if I make him do 3, 3, 3? And then I go, it's mid, mid, mid. So let's see if I duck it. I get hit. I duck the first hit. I can't let off, or I'll get hit. They allow you to let off block so that you can try and flawless block. So there's not really any auto block a lot in this game. I've seen a couple instances of auto block, and it's probably pseudo auto block where the game like gave me credit for holding it, or I had not fully pressed or released it or whatever, and it's like, you get credit. So then what else? Can I get through this string? He doesn't really have armor, but he has that invincible move. You can at least try and start it. I don't think so. I think that's a real string. So 3, 3, 3, you'll always want to finish the whole thing. Down 3. 8 frames, -9. How? It seems long to retract. Like it stays out a long time. I don't know if I like this down 3. He's got to have a weakness somewhere. I almost like his down 1. What's I don't know, just barely hits, it's a low, 8 frames. I guess the fact that it's like 8 frames. The fact that it's 8 frames and not 9. I guess that's what I like. So it can punish a -9 move. Any type of crouching low, it's -9, he gets his own down 3. Stand 4. Another big high, 11 frames. How fast is his stand 3? 12? So his stand 4 is better, and it's +4 on block. +4 on block. Stand 4, another mid. Whoa, +2? 4, 3 is high mid, and it's +2. Let's see. Seems like a real string. I can't get anything off. What if I do this? Duck it. You could do that. That's like so weird though. I had to time the down in the down back 4 command to duck his high. That's so weird. But standing 4, 3 looks like it's a real string. It looks like it's, I mean, it's high mid. It looks like it's a real string. It's super advantaged. That seems way better than 3, 3, 3. Maybe you just want to do 4, 3. It seems a lot more applicable. Maybe 3, 2, and then 4, 3. Because it's faster also. Stand 3 is 12, and stand 4 is 11. So it's faster. Maybe 3, 3, 3 is like for combos, because it pops up rather than knocking back. See, look, some stuff you see them get popped up. You see he's on his back and his legs go towards you. Whereas on 4, 3, he gets knocked back and flips. Back 4. And then he's got a really nice sweep, 10 frames. Very far. What do you think? +1. Oh my god. Godlike. So a godlike sweep. This is how you should be challenging a lot of things. Stupid Melina thinks she's going to do a -3 overhead and then do a low poke. You got to challenge her. You got to challenge her. And then down 4 is 10 frames, -6. Maybe just do the sweep. Maybe just never do down 4, always do the sweep. What is it on hit? It's a low on hit, it's 15. What about down 3? It's 12. Let's see. Is down 3 further than down 4? Alright, so down 3 has better range than down 4. What about... His back 4 has the best range of them all. Back 4 has the best range of them all. Alright, back 4, I really like that. I really like that. And then forward 4. Forward 4 is a double kick. Forward 4 is a 2-hitting single button press move, and it's a mid, which means it might blow up, and it's 12 frames. So it's kind of like the opposite of stand 4 that's plus on block. Forward 4. Look, stand 3 is 12 frames minus stand 3, 12 frames minus 5, stand 4, 11 frames plus 4, forward 4, 12 frames minus 3. But it's double hitting. It's a mid, and it's a double hitting mid. This is useful because you always want mid starters, much like his back 2. You want to be able to make contact with people when they're crouching, whether they're ducking or blocking. And it hits twice, which means it might be able to bust through armor. So it's a good poke. It's slightly forward advancing. Both hits are mid. And the fact that this is a single button press means it's unlikely that you can armor through. I think I'm going to make a hypothesis that any multi-hit single button press move cannot be armored. That's just what I have to say. And I'm willing to be wrong. And special attacks don't count. I'm talking normals. Maybe special attacks count. So what else does he have? Forward 4, 3. Is that another mid? It might be another mid. It's another mid. Let's see what it is on block. Minus 4. So it gets a little bit worse. And then he does what? And then he finishes it. Forward 4, 3, 4. And you can kind of pretty easily... You kind of have time. You can almost delay this string the way you might in Tekken or Virtua Fighter to see that it makes contact, because it hits so many times. You have so much room. How safe is that? Minus 4. You would imagine that would be... I saw the 23 and I was like, if that's minus 23, it kind of makes sense. He really pushes him back. And then slams him backward. It's very safe. Let's see. Forward 4, 3, 4. Still a mid, but it's minus 4. He has a lot of moves. He kind of reminds me of like Tanya, where he's more of this attack to poke character. Like, there are characters in this game that are not attacking to try and pressure you into getting hit, either with lows or overheads, to try and open you up and start combos. Like Reptile, it's clear he's not trying to frame trap you. He's trying to be aggressive and open you up with lows and overheads that launch into combos, right? Characters have these fast, high mid strings that launch into combos, and then they have lows and overheads that start combos. Then there's these other characters where they sort of have these poke space control moves where it's like, I don't really need to get a combo. I can just control you, keep you blocking, keep you in a position in the screen, prevent you from advancing, prevent you from attacking, and I'll probably score counter hits, not up close the way you would in Street Fighter 6, like, oh, I have a 4-frame or a 5-frame move, I'm going to interrupt your startup, or tag your extended hitbox. In this game, like Rain, Tanya, Liu Kang, it's more like, because you're going to be using 3D moves that have longer startup and longer total animation, because you have moves that are strings and have multi-hits, and because you have moves that advance you forward with the animations, like, you're gonna be like slamming into contact with one another and trading and getting counter hits a lot for a reason that's different than Street Fighter 6, where you see counter hit and punish counter all the time in Street Fighter 6. That's really just due to the frame data. In like one starting faster than another. In this game, it really is going to be like hitboxes colliding and the bodies of the characters and the moves colliding. Almost like martial arts. So Liu Kang, because he has moves that are so fast to start and so safe on block, and they hit these levels like they're mids, they're overheads, and they're really safe, it's almost like he's this unique type of counter character where he doesn't want to be up close pressuring into a combo because his overheads knock down, his mids kind of knock back. They don't really start combos and pop up. But he's so fast, he's going to interrupt everything you try and do. He's got 6-frame stand 1 and 8-frame down 3. He has like very fast highs and mids that are like 10, 11 frames, 10, 11, 12 frame mids and kicks. He's just like 3 frames. Ordinarily, a mid's going to be like 13, 14, and a kick is going to be 15, 16, and he's got a 10-frame mid, a 12-frame kick, 11-frame kick, 10-frame stand 2 into these mid strings. You know, 12-frame double hitting mid. So he has all of these moves that start faster. He's got big overhead hits that knock back and knock down. And he's got... So he almost wants to be this, like... He's like an up-close space control character, poke character. He's got to be... He's not like from far away like Tanya, like trying to keep you out. He's not a keep-out character. He's like this weird counter-hit character who doesn't mind being up close. If he's up close, he's like interrupting you, counter-hitting you, but he's not pressuring you. And then if he's from afar, he's still controlling space, and we haven't even gotten to his special zoning tools yet. But like, he just seems so strange. He's faster, he can be up close, far away, but he still seems like this like space control counter-hit character. He's like he's like the martial arts master who's like wash on, wash off. You're not ready yet, you know? He's like, he's faster than you, he'll interrupt you, he'll cancel all your moves. You're gonna see a lot of counter hits with this guy. It's really fascinating. He's a fascinating character. So yeah, forward 4-3-4 is safe and knocks so far back. Maybe that's what he wants. He's gonna dare you to come close to him. Let's look at his air strings. Let's look at his air strings. Jump. Geez, he's got to jump everything. So he has a jump 1. Jump 1. Back 2 might be a good... Look, so off a jump, back 2, 3 might be a good option. Jump 1, 2. Jump 2, 1. Let's get it straight here. Jump 1, 2. There we go. Jump 1, 2. Overhead. Overhead string bounces up. Jump 1, 2. Easily land on it. Double kick. Can basically combo with anything. So look at these highs. These highs are going to be tough to hit. Jump 1, 2. Back 2, 3. Maybe 3, 2. Man, I want to try that. Jump 1, 2. Back 2, 3. Come on, man. I can't annotate. It'll work. What else does he have? Just kind of playing around. What else? What other string did he have? 2, 2, 1. You want to try it mid-screen though. What about his all of his kicks? Jump 1, 2. What about all his kicks? 3 doesn't work. What about 4? 4 is close enough. You can do jump 1, 2, 4. That whiffs. What about jump 1, 2? What about forward 4? That works as well. Jump 1, 2, forward 4. Can you cancel that? Let's see. Jump 1, 2, forward 4, and the bicycle. It didn't seem to work. It can forward 4 can be special cancel, but not into any decent type of air combo like that. What about jump 1, 2, jump 1, 3, 4? And he has that knee. I don't really like that as much. And then the kick slays him back. I like just jump 1, 2. It seems to bounce them high. Look how he flips high. That almost works well enough. And then jump 2. Jump 2, 1. You can connect a stand 1 off that. Jump 2, 1. Can you get a stand 2 off it? Yeah, kind of. What about a stand 3? Nah. Back 2? That was a stand 2. Jump 2, 1, back 2. What's his mid? It is back 2. He just keeps doing stand 2. He just keeps doing stand 2. Are my fucking buttons fucked up? What's going on here? Jump 2, 1. I think it doesn't work. Jump 2, 1, back 2. He is doing stand 1. I do jump 2, 1. And then he just goes into stand 2. I think there's something about the air series in this game, or like the jumps in this game. Let me just do a jump 2 and back 2 first try. So there's something about the way that your inputs are held if you do an air string. Because if you just do a single hit jump 2 or jump 1, it doesn't do this. But if you go into some type of an air string, it's like the buffer window from an air string into a ground string is enormous. Like look at this. I'm gonna do jump 1, 2 in the air, down, back. I'm gonna string it in the air like I'm canceling it in the air. Jump 1, 2, down, back 1. And then I land and the entire move is held. And then I'll do jump 1, you know, jump 1, 2, and he doesn't get a back 2, you just get a stand 2 instead. It's like there's something weird about the way that buffering moves in the air to be performed when you land get held. Like, you can buffer specials in the air to perform when they land from an air string, and if you do like a jump hit, it will just... I've had stuff happen where you're trying to like figure out combos and do an air series, and you do the air series and like, let's say you do... Didn't it happen with Katana or something? Like, let's say I did jump 1, 2, 4 because I thought that was the air string and it wasn't, but she would still do a standing 4 as soon as she landed on the ground. So like, doing jump air strings can sometimes elongate this buffer window to be as big as the distance between when you fall from the sky and hit the ground. Just be careful about accidentally getting grounded normals and specials. I think it's to help you combo upon landing from an airstring, but it still seems a bit strange. What else am I looking at? So jump 1, 3, 4 I don't really like. 2, 1, 2. He just kind of bounces. 2, 1. Jump 2, 1. You can get a stand 2 off that. Maybe stand 2 is the good air landing string. I like 1, 2. I like jump 1 and jump 1, 2. 2, 1, 2. 2, 1, 2 doesn't even bounce them. You like recover too slow to really do anything. So I kind of just like jump 1 and jump 1, 2 off his air strings. That's kind of it. Everything else seems too tough to combo off. Back forward 1. We're now at the special attacks. It seems incredibly fast. It's a high. He's got one of the fastest, strongest projectiles in the game. Costs 1 bar of meter for 120 as opposed to what? 70. Alright, to spend a bar of meter to add 50 damage, that's at least a bigger boost than 30. Maybe finally we've learned of a special attack that's worth it. Jeez, he has an air fireball off the same command, back 1. Can he do low fireball, super low fireball? Some of them. You can do back, diagonal up, back, forward if you can get it off quick enough. Let's see if I can do it on the right side. It's kind of like weird. Doing instant air fireballs off back forward moves is kind of weird. Wonder why that's being like that. Even if you do diagonal up back twice. Weird. It seems like some characters were easier, like Katana's was really easy to get. There you go, I kind of really roll it. You really have to like hold back and then really roll it. Maybe I'm going too fast. Slowing down seems to be helping. Back, up, back, forward. But you can't get it as low. You can't get it that low. And all of a sudden the enhanced one has mediums. I don't know, you might just want to do that. Oh, hey, and then when you enhance his ground fireball, it becomes a mid as well. So then that's pretty much worth it. Liu Kang's back forward enhanced one becomes a mid and gets 50 more damage. Finally, another first, an enhanced projectile that might be worth it. He has an air fireball. It hits a long time. Not a bad air challenge, especially if someone's trying to use cameos to advance either in the sky or on the ground. Low Dragon, he also has his down back 1, low fireball. And this travels inordinately slow and hits low. So he's got this super fast standing fireball and then this very low one. I want to know about his air fireball. That's hard to like do instant. That's tough to do instantly. His low fireball. What's the deal with his enhanced low fireball? Does it hit twice or just have 2? I don't know if that's technically hitting twice. Does it give me a 2-hit combo? Yeah, 2-hit combo. So then if you're worried about people using armor to get in, his enhanced low fireball is a great way to tag them with 2 hits. And like Li Mei, she's not going to be able to do like because that's another use for armor move, not just armoring through a gap in a block string, but to try and like whiff punch somebody doing a move with a lot of startup, a move with a lot of forward advancement. You think they're going to swing something to pressure you, and you bet it on armor, like a dragon punch, like a reversal, to beat them. The same thing with projectiles. If you think that someone's going to throw a projectile, you can armor through it. But Liu Kang has got this double hitting enhanced projectile that also does 120. So the damage you're getting and the hits you're getting seem worth it. Again, he seems like this counter-based fighter. He's so fast. He has like the perfect answer to all your options, and he doesn't play like a rush-down combo-heavy character. And he doesn't really play like a zoner either. He's just like this. He's content to stay at any range, like even medium and far, and just really beat all your options. Back forward 3. So this is the variation on his flying kick. But I think that even when you block it, so even when they block it, he flies forward, huh? And that's super punishable, but the dragon fire? No, the kick is mid. So what happens if it whiffs? What happens? All duck. So if it whiffs, it doesn't come out. But if they block it, it will. Alright. That makes it a lot less powerful to just kind of poke with, because it makes it extremely risky. And then the enhanced version is just the projectile. And it will pop up. It's blue. It's high, but the enhanced version removes the flying kick. I don't know why. I mean, again, anything could be useful in a combo. I saw a combo, I was looking at Rain, and I was like, huh, his stand 3 is a high that's advantaged, but how are you going to get a high to connect? And then I saw somebody just do, like, stand 3, and then his upward projectile, and he, like, kicks his staff and uses the little water bubble into the projectile. So anything can be useful in a combo, I'm not saying that, but as a poke tool to try and control space, attack them, and start a combo. So you could enhance back forward 3 to just do the Dragon Flame, but you might just want to do back forward 1. I don't really know. I don't really know why you would spend a bar when it can be reserved for a much more strong projectile. And then back forward 4 is his bicycle kick, super bicycle kick. 1,000,001 hits, 6 hits. Also probably super punishable. Minus 15. Should still be pretty easy, considering how close you are for anybody to punish you. But it could be a good combo ender. What's the initial hit? The initial hit is mid, so... the initial hit is mid. So it probably makes contact very easily, and also, if you have, like, any high string, this is really risky, but... well, it's really risky. Why would somebody be ducking but not blocking? I was going to say, if you have some string, like you have a high string, some of these high kick strings or something, like you want to set up forward 4 or something like that, I was going to say, it's possible if for some odd reason they're ducking without blocking, like, but then how would you make I was going to say it's possible that you could do his bicycle kick after swinging something, but you would need to make contact with them in order to be able to cancel it, because you can't special cancel normals on whiff. And then that's not a good strategy. I was going to say, like, if you could whiff a high and then cancel it into that, maybe you would get them with this mid hit as if they were not blocking, like they were crouching to try and crouch a high. But then if they were expecting like even an overhead or a low, they would need to transition. So I kind of had this strategic idea, but I don't think it's going to work. The idea that his bicycle kick is a mid and will make contact and hit somebody that's crouching and not blocking. In the event that they wanted to neutral crouch because they didn't want you like making contact with them with a high. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't show him blocking. It doesn't show him blocking. Like, let's record him doing like back all of his highs. Stand 1, stand 2, stand 3, forward 4. Like, see, if I'm blocking, these highs are making contact. So if I want to duck any of these highs through these strings, I have to be neutral crouching. I can't just duck, right? If he's got high mid strings, and I want to duck the high, so as not to let him make contact with me, I can't be crouch blocking. I have to be neutral ducking. So I was thinking, like, this is an event where something that is a mid that's not an overhead can make contact with somebody that's crouching because it's mid and will hit them because they're not blocking. So a weird instance where they might want to poke low, or they might want to duck a high and then punish a high string and not bother blocking the high and getting jailed and blocking the subsequent mids. But I think the bicycle kick, because you can't combo into it on whiff, and because it's so risky and unsafe, you'd be better off just doing a mid attack of your own. Any other mid attack, forward 4, back 2, so much safer. But that concept of you have a lot of strings or a lot of moves that start high, and they'll jail if they block, but if they duck, they can like avoid the high and interrupt the mid. That's where these very fast single hitting mids come in to play. And that's when you want to start using them. Like, to make them start blocking high, to then get low, to make them start blocking low, to then use your overheads, to then make them start blocking high again, to then start throwing them, to then make them start crouching and ducking, to hit them with mids and overheads again. Special commands. So his bicycle kick, maybe it again costs 1 bar. That's only 110. What? That's kind of weird. Costs 1 bar to do 20 damage more. I don't like that at all. That's a stupid ender. 1 bar for 20 more damage than just your ordinary ender. And it puts him back on the... Yeah, just do the regular one. I don't like that at all. So I don't like the enhanced back forward 3. But I mean, that's at least a combo, right? That's at least a combo. Like... You know, at least it's something. At least it combos. Maybe you should do... Maybe you should do back 2, 3, forward 2. Just because it's this 2-hitting mid kick, that's like a good, and it moves forward a little bit. It's like a good normal to catch them, and it's special cancelable. Yeah, I don't know. Back 2, 3. Then you can do a string. Damn, back 2. 1, 2. just do back 2, forward 3. So sometimes you can cut the input short rather than having to do back 2, go back to neutral, and then do back forward 3. You could still do back 2, forward 3, and like the inputs will be held and it'll count. Just like that. You can see it on screen right now. Forward jump 1, 2, back 2, forward enhance 3. So that bicycle kick, I mean the bicycle kick ender's probably great. The enhanced version I think is whack. I like the enhanced projectile because of the 50 extra damage and it becoming mid. I like the enhanced low projectile because it hits twice and gets extra damage. Enhanced Dragon Tail maybe in a corner combo or something, a specific combo. Enhanced Bicycle Kick I think is whack. What is this Dragon's Breath? Let's see the, is there any special notes on any of these? No. Down back. Invincible to jump attacks. Oh. So down back 4 is like this weird, it's a mid, he goes underground, and it's an anti-air. Invincible to jump attacks. Invincible, you say? Wow, and it kind of like gets him out of there. You can combo off it. Oh, when they're jumping. Can I aim it at all? Can I aim it at all, or does it track them? Let's see. And it burns the ground. Sindel's gonna be pissed. I don't know. On a cross-up, that's gonna be weird. You know, accidentally get forward 4. Kind of goes the wrong way. So it's really only good when they do it from super far away. And then you hit behind them and they bounce in front of you. That's really weird. How would you combo off that? Like, you go underneath them, they hit behind you. Hey! Invincible to jump attacks my ass! I don't know, that's weird. It, like, doesn't... He's got... Just do it down 2. Like, between stand 3 and down back 4, he's got all these weird jump moves where it's like... They just don't angle and position properly. He doesn't autocorrect, the hitbox bounces them in the wrong direction. They land behind you, they flip in front of you, and you don't know what move you should then follow up to juggle them with. Stand 2, stand 1, back 2, stand 4, stand 3. I'll have to figure out, like, what's the best, like, stand 1, stand 2, back 2, forward 1. Forward 1 is very fast as well, 7 frames. I would imagine you would just want to punish with stand 1, 2, rather than forward 1, 4. Is that special cancel? Interesting. Maybe that's a good enhanced dragon breath shit combo. What was I saying? Oh yeah, and his anti-air. So then it's like, do you want to do stand 3, stand 4, or forward 4? For his combos, like stand 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, or forward 4. Forward 4, 3. Like how you want to convert into a juggle combo after you've successfully anti-aired them or you've launched them. Who knows? So it has invincibility. Enhanced version, cancelable on hit into jump. I'll be the judge of that. Huh. So only the enhanced one. How many bars does this take? That's so... But it's like, you're not going to react to that. You're not going to really react to this. Like, best case scenario. How am I going to do this? You know, he jumps. He's gonna land already. I have to make a read on a jump? That's not practical. It's one bar. It is one bar. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in conceptualizing his fucking enhanced down back. It's 18 frame. I don't like it. I don't like it. And then, what is this? Close Dragon's Breath. You can hold back. Hold back to make it closer. So I did predict that. You might be able to control it a little bit to make it less shitty. And then you're gonna fuck up the inputs, and then you're not even gonna get a block. You're gonna miss the EX. Come on. Hold, and then you get the combo. Whatever. I'm not interested. I'm not interested. Liu Kang. He seems extremely interesting and uniquely powerful in that he's got attacks that are faster than anything else in the game, and they have some of the best hit levels. He's got the fastest jab. He's got a fast down 3. He has the fastest mids, and all of these can combo. His stand 1 can combo, his back 2 can combo. So he seems like this very interesting counter poke character. He is a zoner because of all his projectile tools, but then he's this like anti-pressure character who is fast enough to beat all these other characters trying to get in and swing away. He has tools to zone, and then he has safe, very easy juggle combos. He has moves that start very fast, easily lead into a juggle combo, taking them off the ground. He has a lot of overheads that knock down. So he just has all these tools to sort of... He doesn't appear to want to play this pressure combo launch game. You know, mix you up and land hits, convert into a launch combo, big damage. He has this game where it's like, I'm faster than you, I can hit you in ways you didn't predict, I can interrupt you, and I just get these easy conversions. It's like he's going to make you, it's like judo, he's going to make you fall with your own weight. And he's going to like counter hit and counter combo punish you for trying to mount your offense. So I think he's a very tricky character. He might be tough to fight. He seems cool, fast movement, a lot of great normals. If he can get easy combo conversions, which they seem to work very well, very easy. If he can get the damage, it's going to be about the damage. Characters that don't do these big pressure combos into huge damage might have a tough time winning matches overall. But I still think the space control poke characters like Tanya and Rain are very interesting. And Liu Kang might be able to stand up to some of the top tiers like Melina or Kenshi, having the speed to challenge their pressure and interrupt them. And if he's got zoning tools to keep him out and damage to boot with cameos, he could be a formidable opponent. The fire god himself, Liu Kang.